One,
Okay.
two, three. Hello, I'm Katelyn,
I'm Sarah.
and welcome to our podcast. That's what she said. Sometimes we break down TV and film.
And if you're like me, other times we just break down.
On today's episode, we'll be talking about different movies and TV shows and how they impacted us, but also pop culture as a whole. If you don't think you'll enjoy this episode, stick around for a bit and see if we can change your mind.
Unless you're Mr. Who, and sorry sir, you really have no choice. You just have to suffer along with the rest of us. Wait, please don't drop points for that.
So,
So our first segment of the podcast is going to be about Mean Girls.
Mean Girls is a 2004 American teen comedy film. It is one of the most popular teen films ever created till this day.
Mean Girls wasn't just popular when it came out though. It's still relevant in today's society. I mean, people just won't shut up about that movie. Okay, fine, I'm people.
It's a pop culture phenomenon. There are probably hundreds upon thousands of memes on the internet centering around this movie, and some universities even use it as material to discuss in sociology classes. The movie was so popular it even spawned a widely successful musical that performed on Broadway for 2.5 years. The final performance being on the 11th of March 2020, right before the coronavirus lockdowns. The musical even won an Outer Critics Circle Award.
One of the film's biggest appeals are the countless classic lines that are undeniably funny and extremely quotable. I can't even begin to count how many variations of "Get in, loser," "We're going shopping" I've heard or seen on the internet. Personally, I haven't even seen the film in probably 5 years, and I can still hear the tone and voice whenever I hear the word fetch or on Wednesdays we wear pink.
Mean Girls wasn't just another teen movie. The movie resonated and continues to resonate with young people because of how strongly it explores the way social dynamics can affect us. Sure, it may have dramatized some cliche tropes or situations, but the implications were the same.
The main protagonist of the movie is Katie, a girl who'd been homeschooled all her life in a different country. So at the start of the movie, she's experiencing the American high school system for the first time, not knowing anything, like many of the viewers as well. The naivety of Katie reflects on the blank slate that much of the audience represents when they watch the movie for the first time. The movie plays out like it's a first story narrative. The viewer is experiencing first The movie plays out like it's a first story narrative. The viewer is experiencing everything for the first time, much like Katie. They are learning about the types of people at the school and their personalities, like Katie. The movie also has voiceovers and internal monologuing that tells the viewer exactly what Katie is thinking.
Another way the movie resonates and captures audiences to the point of still being relevant 17 years later is the issues that are dealt with. Sure, the movie is hilarious and has dozens of quotable lines, but one of the main reasons it's still common knowledge in pop culture these days is because of the issues the movie addresses.
A main theme in Mean Girls is insecurity. Similarly to me, a main theme in Mean Girls is insecurity. The effects of insecurity are constantly brought up throughout the movie. Katie's insecurities push her to befriend the popular girls, sacrifice stray A's for a boy, and hurt the people close to her. Gretchen's insecurities cause her to betray her friendship and reveal Regina's secrets. Even the main villain of the movie, Regina George, has depths and insecurities that make the audience empathize with her, even after they see the horrible, and I mean horrible, things she does in the movie. Kinda girl boss though.
Finally, Mean Girls taught an important lesson to its largely teenage and impressionable viewers: being a feminist. Oh no,
Late
in
90s
the
lah.
late 90s or early 2000s, most teen A movies ended with the main couple together and the villains left in the background to crawl back to whatever dark hole they came from.
That's what my grandparents tell me when they see me in the kitchen at 8 a.m.
Even not even early 2000s or now also still got those movies.
Yeah, but it was like more common.
I mean look at He's All That,
Oh god.
Edison.
Mean Girls, however, completely subverts this trope by the end of the movie. Near the end of the movie, Katie wins the title of prom queen.
How unexpected. Just so unexpected of her.
But instead of gloating or acting like there wasn't a chance she would have won, she chose to break the crown into pieces and share it with all the other candidates, even Regina George, who had done nothing but torment her the entire length of the movie.
She was honestly Regina was the original girl boss. It wasn't just a one-off girl power situation either. By the end of the movie, all the characters we had been following, hero and villain alike, were able to peacefully exist and interact with one another, like the normal human beings that they are.
Yeah, like there wasn't some dramatic scene where Katie banished Regina and the classmates from the school, or where they got expelled and Katie was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize or something. They became friends. They were friendly with one another, Regina and Katie locking eyes and sharing a smile in the final scene as Regina walked by. Finally, Girl World was at peace, as the movie puts it. It solidified the humanness and depth of the characters and proved that people can change.
For the next section of today's podcast, we'll be talking about Marvel.
Marvel has been a household name for as long as I can remember. One of my most significant memories was when I was 5 years old and had to string my head up for 2 hours just to watch the first Avengers movie because there weren't any other seats left in the movie theater. Marvel has taken down on their luck of completely unknown actors and launched them into superstardom with your face on billboards and 120 minutes in a packed movie theater.
Or more. 120
Or more.
minutes or more.
The MCU has become the golden standard for the superhero film genre.
The impact the franchise has had on pop culture is immeasurable. You couldn't go 15 minutes online without hearing about Avengers Infinity War or Avengers Endgame in 2018 and 2019. It was everywhere. Everywhere. Like, people, like my classmates, legit, they just came up to me. And then there was one girl, she just came out and whispered into my ear the spoilers for Endgame. Cause her and her family went to go watch it, right? And not a lot of people had watched it because she was one of the first few screenings in Malaysia, right? So she came up to me and spoiled the whole thing. And I was watching it the next day or so, you know, so I was like much more angry. Because I was just really mad. I still have not forgiven her to this day.
Yeah, I couldn't go 15 minutes in my classroom. Wait, what? I couldn't go 15 minutes.
I couldn't go 15 minutes. I couldn't go a second, bro.
I couldn't go 15 minutes.
I entered the class and boom, the spoiler was in my ear.
Yeah. Yeah, I intentionally go late to class because I didn't want to be spoiled before class started. During breaks and lunches, I literally had to run out of class. I was the runner and the track star.
She really ran away when it got hard. Marvel has also reignited the love for comic books in many people. Comic books are usually only read by kids and are considered childish or immature. Like me. But with the rise of comic book adaptations in the entertainment industry, many people of all ages have found themselves buying and reading comics. In 2017, the comic book industry raked in over $1 billion in sales. Those figures are very, very different from the figures from the 90s.
From the 90s. That is a pause of disgust.
I have nothing against anyone born in the 90s.
Sorry, wait, don't worry, Mr. Who, that doesn't mean you. Mr. Who, don't point to that.
That never happened.
Marvel has had a massive impact in recent years too. Black Panther and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings were both movies that faced significant backlash when announced due to the representation of minorities that were portrayed. The movie reviews were bombarded and people tanked the ratings, all before the movie was even released. The story was really different after people actually got to watch it though. Both movies garnered massive praise and were critically acclaimed, with Black Panther having an outstanding 96% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and Shang-Chi having a similarly spectacular 92% rating. Movies like these are what brings communities together to show support and refute often racially motivated claims by close-minded individuals. Both movies were a long-awaited opportunity for young kids from marginalized groups to see themselves and be able to relate and look up to these superheroes.
And I literally had to look up at these superheroes because I am only 155 centimeters tall.
Our third topic for today is actually quite recent.
Squid Game! So a tiny bit of introduction. Squid Game is a 9-part Netflix series released on September 17, 2021. Netflix announced that it is the most watched show with over 6 billion hours viewed on the streaming service. The series' main focus is on a group of people who are in serious financial debt. However, they are offered a solution to earn an incredible sum of money, participating in games involving their deaths.
While the show is certainly an entertaining and suspenseful series, it also touches and comments on the capitalism and classism that exists in our society today. The show depicts how easily it is to fall into financial debt, but also how hard it is to overcome. It also shows that rich people are just little dummies spending money. I mean, why donate your money like a normal person when you can cause the death of over 450 people for your entertainment instead? These poor peasants just don't get it, guys.
Ironically, though, the sale of plain white sneakers, the shoes that all contestants on the show wore, increased after the show's release. Says something about the world we live in, huh? I don't know what it actually really says, but it says something. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about, so let's just move on.
Aside from that, Squid Game has had, as most popular things these days, made waves on social media. On Instagram, you can play red light, green light with your friends and try on different filters. On Twitter, there are countless memes about the show, and of course the people talking about the attractive actors, Gong Yu where you're at. And on everybody's favorite app TikTok, you can even participate in the toffee game from the show, and even other games too.
Though many people, Americans, feel like the explosive success of Squid Game was unexpected, but the reality is, Asian, and especially East Asian content has been making waves and climbing the ranks in the Western Hemisphere for quite a while now. The first instance that I can think of is Train to Busan, which is a 2016 South Korean horror film.
Since then,
Wow, it's a horror film? I did not know that.
of course it's a horror film, it's like zombie.
Oh, really?
Hey, Gong Yu was in that, that's why I know.
Oh, that's... Of
That was him.
course. Of course.
Yes.
Simps.
Since then, there have been many popular movies and series that saw similar success, such as the highly anticipated 2018 romantic dramedy Crazy Rich Asians. My grandparents actually went to the movie theaters for the first time in probably 20 years to watch it, and they watched a midnight screening
Oh my god.
with me. They brought me to a cinema in an empty mall at midnight to watch this thing. You do not understand.
So you see, I also had a midnight screening. I watched it with my friend at 3 a.m. in the morning. Okay, it was during the holidays. Okay, I did not sleep at 3 a.m. when school was going on. I am a responsible student. Thank you. Okay.
Keep telling yourself that. Not to mention Crash Landing on You, a Korean drama series that was released on Netflix in 2019, which my mom promptly forced me to watch. Or Alice in Borderland, a 2020 Japanese thriller series. Most notably, though, was Parasite, the critically acclaimed and Oscar-winning 2020 thriller film.
Woo! Asian. The rising popularity of Asian entertainment in the West has been on track for a long time now, and Squid Game only puts it on a fast track and boosts the number of people who learn about this undeniable fact. Our last segment of today will not be about a movie or a TV show, but about the man, the myth, the musical, Hamilton!
Hamilton, an American musical, tells the story of how a child from an island in the Caribbean came to be one of the founding fathers of the United States of America. The musical, which comes in at about 160 minutes or 2 hours and 40 minutes, is educational and entertaining. Based on the book Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow, the musical is smart, funny, and the songs are highly addicting, with its mostly upbeat music and catchy lyrics.
The musical covers immigration, war, love, politics, and sacrifice. Its characters are layered and complicated, which makes it so much easier for audiences to become attached to them and to the show itself.
First premiering on January 20th, 2015, it quickly became one of the most popular and profitable musicals of all time.
Yeah, it won like 11 awards at the Tonys.
Yeah, and it got nominated for 16.
It's 16 now? Oh, no, they got nominated for... Oh my god.
The show has historically always been an advocate for representation in musical theatre, with the majority of its cast always being minorities and people of color. Due to its massive popularity, Hamilton has introduced many people to the world of Broadway and musicals, including me. The songs are also really memorable and catchy, so much so I got distracted in the middle of my history midterms last year and completely forgot the answer to a question because the song What I Miss was stuck in my head. Ironically, though, the answer was written in the musical itself. I would have had it if only I thought of a song just a few numbers down the track list. Damn you, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Accompanying its rather long runtime, Lin-Manuel Miranda, the creator, songwriter, and the first Alexander Hamilton in the musical, took 7 whole years to write it.
And most importantly, Hamilton helped develop a part of me that is truly near and dear to my heart, and the one thing that I will never change about myself. Being annoying as hell. Wait, can I say hell on here? Mr. Who, please don't drop points.
And that's it for our podcast today. We hope that you'll be back for our next episode. Bye. Da 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 da.